Okay, so, and if we click the box once more, it'll cycle back to having the doors on. But I wanted to check which side the doors are hinged on, right? So I'm going to press that. So, you know, drawer pack, dishwasher, doesn't matter. There's our, our sink cabinet. That's a left-right door. That's always going to be fine. The important one, and it's kind of hard to see, but this space left door here, that has a door on the left, and obviously my Le Mans cabinet has the door hinge on the right, so that's good. Let's sit down. This is a bifold cabinet. The doors in reality do actually go to the left, so don't worry about that. To be fair, the pantry here could have the doors opening the other way. So, interesting, right? I want to change that. There's two ways of doing it, and I'm going to do it both ways. Alright, one is I can actually go into the cabinet, and I can just change the side the door is hinged on, and just double check that the hinges are correct. Or I could delete it and just bring in the version of this that's hung on the left. I would recommend deleting it and bringing in the other, just for simplicity. However, if it is the case that you've modified the cabinet, I don't know, added shelves or something, it would be best just to change the side that the door is hinged on. So I'll do both, right? So I'll double click on the cabinet to go into it, right? If I select the door, right, up here, fitting side, left side. Very good. If I just go back into it here, the handle's on the wrong side. Let me see. Oh yes, this button here will allow me to change the how do you say, the solid or wireframe views. So like if you want to just look at the cabinet like this, solid, but in cabinet editing mode, hidden wireframe or just the wireframe is good. You can see all the drillings and so on. So look, by changing that there, we actually messed up the door hinges a little bit, right? So what we're going to do, right? So what I need to do, right? I want to change the way the door is hinged. So like changing the door gaps, I have to select the thing I want to do something to. Select the door, right? And if we look down to links to the right side, you know, this is where we changed the door gaps. That's cool. However, if you go down here to fitting links, there's 3 fitting links, which means I have 3 fittings for hinges, not 3 hinges, 3 fittings. Okay, you'll see that now in a second. Right, I'm just going to hit the 3 dots. Right, so to the right side, the side we want to get rid of, a Blum overlay hinge 155. That's a zero protrusion hinge. As you can see, there's one placed on the top at 70mm down, and then one at the bottom 270 up. That's to clear the drawer here. Right, and then the next one it's placed up, just a singular hinge, placed up from the bottom, 650. Again, it just misses the shelf. And then this one here, which is just, yes, it's down from the top, 450. Okay, so while we're here, and I will be showing it after, you can actually, there's different rules in here for different distances of hinges. So, you know, if you have a shelf in a funny place and, you know, oh God, no, the hinge is wrong, just go in here and just change the distance. You can change the hinge, okay? So, the side that I want it to be on is on the left side. So if I go up here, right, I have a list of everything that the door is connected to. So the door is overpassing the left side, it's overpassing the top, the door is overpassing the right side, the door is overpassing the bottom, which is the underpassing panel. Okay, so you can have links between pretty much any panel. Right, so this is actually the wrong position, right? So I could go in here now and I could start, you know, messing around with it. But as you can see, look, the fitting is by standard of 110 degree. I don't want that. Right, so the best thing to do is if I go over to the other side, right, the side that's correct in its height and stuff, but on the wrong side, just going to stick this rule back in here. 650, oh yeah, sorry, 650, lovely. If I copy that side, right, and now if I just delete everything off that side, go back to the left, and I just paste it, now you can see that the same rules that were on the other side are now on this side, okay? So you can see why I recommended to just delete the model and bring it in again. But here's how you change it, okay? It's very customizable. So that's enough of that. There will be more of it later anyway. Right, so I'm just going to hit OK. Check this here now again. Yeah, so hinge on the left hand side. The last thing to do is change the handle over to the correct side. Right, so the way to do that, so again, select the thing that you want to change. Alright, if I go to structure edit, right, and down here there's single panel fittings. Go into that, it's not in there. There's another place it can be. If I hit the three dots, right, and I go down to single panel fittings, I then have the option to change my handle. So right at the moment, this is the position of it is from the bottom left corner. I'm just going to change that to the bottom right, and then I'm going to change that to 40. Oh, I have an extra 0. There you go. So that's from the bottom right. So no matter how big or small the cabinet gets, that will always be in the same position on the correct part of the cabinet. Okay. Let's go back to 3D view here, and now you can see if I go to kind of hidden wireframe. It looks the business, all good, right? So now I'm just going to close that, close it. What do you want to do? Save the modifications? Absolutely. Right now, if I just go back into the 3D view, you'll see that the door is actually opening on the other side now. Right? And one could argue that the fridge should be open on the other side, but look, I'll leave it as it is. You've seen how to do one. So, like I was saying now, I'm just going to delete this one. And bring in the correct model. This is actually the correct thing you should do. So it's a T2R 2S5 internal drawer, right? So let's go and delete that, right? Add, let's go to own testing, there we are, yeah. So T2R, but this is going to be an L I want, right? And there you go, it's actually already there. Lovely stuff. The computer's a bit slow. Right, bring it in there. I'm going to latch it there, rotate from here. I think, did I go the right way? No, I didn't. Turn around. Right, put it in there, and just going to set it at 150 off the ground. Now, there you go. Same thing, just quicker. Very good. So I'm happy now with the door opening side. So I'm just going to tick that off my list. Now, the next one. Is the drawer grain direction correct? Now, one would ask, and one would argue, that if you have a library of cabinets, that it should be correct. And that is true. Now, one thing I have to say is if you edit a drawer cabinet for some reason, right, I'm just going to go in here to make the point. If I highlight the bottom of this cabinet, right, and if I go to material and just hit the plus, I have the reference axis, this is for the grain, along the cabinet width. Right, but the fact that this is in blue means that that's not there from standard. It's actually normally set by standard to maximum capable dimension, right? So, if the cabinet falls below a certain width and the depth of the drawer becomes longer or a bigger distance than the width of the drawer, the grain will then go in the direction of the depth of the cabinet. Now, some people might want that. You know, you can set the drawings up to do that. However, that's not what we do. We have it going along the width. So I'm actually going to make the point here, right? If I go maximum capable dimension, right, I'm going to go 3D view on this cabinet here, right? I'm going to go the solid perspective. I'm going to open the drawers. Now, I'm going to make this cabinet a bit smaller. Take note of the grain direction. Yeah, I'm going to go 500. There you go, yeah. So I'm at 500. These ones which are forced to always stay on the width, stay in the width, but because the top one is set to be grain direction along the maximum or the longest distance, it's now gone to the depth. Okay, so if I just press undo, it'll go back to the way it was. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to just change this back to a long cabinet width. Right. So now you know that's why that is. Okay. If I made a custom cabinet for a job, someone wanted 20 drawers in the cabinet, let's just be, you know, hypothetically speaking, and I forgot to do that, it'd be very easy for all the drawers to be nested with the wrong grain direction. Okay? Now, thankfully, the quick check for this is just go into the 3D view, open the drawers, and have a quick look around. And they're good. So, not a problem there. So, I'll tick that off the list.